I'm Raquel SSG, also Raquel SSG 2211. And tonight we have more Kitty, Apion, Pulp Culture Republic, and Dooku. Hello.
Hey, boys.
Hello. Is everyone
Hello,
doing?
everyone. Doing great.
Good. And I thought I would go on camera tonight. I don't really go on camera that often, but when I do,
I can't whistle, but I'm trying to whistle.
See as a treat, I guess.
It is a treat.
She's feeling sassy.
Yes.
That is totally okay.
Yep.
Right. I was on Ryan Rogers Hathaway reality-based extreme podcast earlier today. It was an honor having being on his channel on this early afternoon / early evening, and I was talking about how I started with this YouTube thing and stuff like that, and controversies and pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, Susie.
No, Mikey.
We got kind of wannabe. Hello, am I saying this right? First, yes, you were first in the chat.
Hugs, kind of wannabe.
Yep.
Oh, and hugs to Hypnotic. He's probably hiding in the chat. He said he can't join us. He's doing video editing and voiceover stuff.
Okay. Hey, Mikey.
There he is. Wow.
Yeah, pop culture. Hey, Mike, hello. How are you? Welcome. So, how are you guys doing this fine Monday evening? Doesn't even feel like a Monday.
It feels
No,
great.
it doesn't. It's not bad for the first Monday of the week.
Right? It feels like a Friday, and the weather is fucking phenomenal outside. We got 74 degrees right now. Woo.
I don't know what's the temperature? I didn't even look at my temperature app on my phone today.
Let's see.
81 degrees. Air quality alert till tomorrow.
What they always say.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on where you are in the great state of Texas, it's around 100. Might be 98. But hopefully the hot season will be coming to an end pretty soon.
I was saying around. It's usually late September, really.
Yeah.
For since I live down south, it's probably different up north.
Sometimes we have warm Halloweens as well. I live in Oklahoma, so we get similar weather as certain parts of Texas.
When we send you a link, Mikey, on Twitter, if Twitter doesn't ask me because limited on tweets, so hopefully
I haven't had that problem in a while. I think I had a glitch because I don't really receive a lot of messages or interact a lot on Twitter. And that one time I think it was maybe 20 messages tops, and it told me I had hit the limit. I was like, sorry, what? Because I know it.
Well, the thing is, I don't know why they said this, but if you're DMing people individually, that also counts with group DMs as well.
Oh, see, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
But still, that's 600. I don't do 600 of anything
600, and you didn't even reach that limit, haven't you? No.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it was close to midnight, and then when it happened, it hit midnight, and then I tried it a minute or two later, and it worked. And I was like, that's fun. It never did it again after that. That was so weird. And I was like, I don't say 600 things to people on a given day. Or even a given week, I think. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
I had the same problem with X, formerly known as Twitter, or X-Twitter, as we like to call it now.
I'm confused here. Is this actually a person or a bot?
I don't know, but hello to the bot all the same.
Hello, if you're a real person, I'm sorry. I can't really tell the difference because there is a website that is called Botrix, so sorry in advance.
The chat bot is here to keep you company.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, AI overlord.
That's nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All your base are belong to us.
Mikey says it
ChatGPT
feels
is
like
already
a
taking over.
weekend. We got 68 F outside Toronto and clear night skies. Lovely.
Wow.
Twitter says it doesn't exist anymore on my PC. Does it say
Oh,
X?
yes. So I saw something about that earlier. The app known as X, formerly known as Twitter, is apparently not available for people on PCs for Lord knows whatever reason. So that might be why.
Then
You
damn
mean
it, man!
a
Like I don't know how to
standalone-
send you. I don't know how to send you the link then.
You
If
mean
you
like a
can't get-
standalone program or a tab on a browser? Because I'm looking at X Twitter right now on my browser.
Worst case scenario, I guess go to your phone, go to mobile.
Yeah.
Well, I can only reach to Mikey on Twitter. That's pretty much it. I don't know how else I can send him the link unless he has Facebook or
Well-
Discord.
Do you have
Well,
Twitter on your
X
phone?
Twitter should work if you go onto your phone. It just might not be working on PCs because I think that was
You
the
could-
issue they were having.
You could put the link in chat, and then after he catches it, delete it right away.
I'll do that.
That's another option for you.
Good idea, one.
I invited a Scottish squirrel to say hi to us in the chat if he gets a chance.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your Facebook? Okay, just do it that way then.
There you go.
He's a doom squirrel. I like the Scottish accent. I really do.
Is it the same name on you have in the chat, Mikey?
Wait, did you say Scottish squirrel?
Yeah,
Yes.
I call him the Scottish squirrel because he's got a Scottish accent, but it's doom squirrel.
But Scottish squirrel has a wonderful purple prose behind it, and I love it.
I like the way it sounds, and plus, I mean, he's a Scottish squirrel, and it sounds cute, and I'm like, yeah.
It's one of those things
Connery
you
voicing a
just-
squirrel.
Oh, that's the thing. Like you show up in a dark alleyway somewhere. Like, who the fuck are you? I'm the Scottish squirrel.
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
I'd be like,
I don't know if I
"That's
want to mess with the Scottish squirrel. That sounds
Fuck no.
dangerous.
right.
Squirrel
As long as
just
you're
takes a
nice to Scottish squirrel, it's usually
giant
pretty safe.
swig of whiskey and just smashes the bottle. Like, what you like? Yeah, no, I'm okay. Never mind.
Definitely
I'm
not.
gonna go home now.
It's giving Thor vibes now. Good, another.
You do not mess with the squirrel with the whiskey bottle. You
Oh,
just
no,
don't
no.
do it.
We're nice to the squirrel.
I was getting kind of Rob Roy vibes there for a moment.
Possibly
Scottish squirrel, kilt, basket hilt sword in the hand.
Oh god! So let's see
Mikey,
what is going to be the Disney the Disney version of the animal superhero Marvel Kingdom. We have the Scottish squirrel. What was it going to be? The British bunny.
I don't know if we have a British bunny. I know we have an American bunny, but I don't know if we have a British one.
Well, you have to at least have the Texan armadillo.
Yeah,
I got the
that's
Scottish
easy.
squirrel.
Well, I don't know. I
Virginia
have
bear.
like a silly theory that like armadillos are like not real completely because I've never seen one moving. I've always seen them dead on the side of the road. So I've always joked that like they just sprout up overnight and fall over dead, the next, by daytime, and that's it. Because I
The
never
armadillo is a lie. The armadillo is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've heard
It-
words weirder.
Well,
If there's a patissier out there somewhere, if there's a patissier out there somewhere, you need to make an armadillo cake because the armadillo is a lie and the cake will prove it.
I've seen cakes that like no lie, it was a baby
Ew.
showing its ass.
Ew. I feel like that. I would not make that cake. I feel like that's gross.
Okay.
That was weird. Like,
That was
why?
weird. No.
Yeah,
You wanna make
I
a
personally feel like
cake out of
that
a
might,
baby that's showing his little baby bottom?
ew. I feel like that's kind of
no.
I think it's cringe. Like if someone ordered that cake, I would not make that. I mean, like I'm
No.
sorry, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to make a cake that a picture of it would be illegal. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bruh.
Yeah,
But I've
that's
seen people have cakes that like they're so well made, they look like it looks like a plate of fried chicken, and you cut into it, it's cake.
I
That is
see.
amazing.
Little squirrel. Hello.
Hello, Doom Squirrel. Purr. I was just telling them about you being a Scottish squirrel, and they're picturing you having whiskey, which is kind of cute. And then we got on to cake somehow. Oh yeah, because of the armadillos. Yes.
Oh, see
Yeah.
this. So we need a squirrel holding a whiskey bottle as a cake now.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I sent a friend request to you, Raquel. All right, thank you. I will check on it right in a few moments. Hey, Rake. No, Wraith. Sorry, Ray Lucard. Sorry,
You
tongue
almost
twister.
called a poor man a rake. It's
I'm
terrible.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Tongue twister.
He's a hound and a rake. No, I'm just kidding.
Now we also need a rake as a cake. Oh, that rhymed. I didn't mean it to.
I should come in just to show you, LOL.
Yeah,
Well,
if you would hold on a second, let me write in the private
Well,
chat.
like, yeah.
Hold on a second.
All right. Well, I need to check my Facebook with Mikey.
A drunken squirrel with a rake as a cake.
Well, he might not be a drunk
Yeah.
squirrel. He might be a sober squirrel. We don't know. We can't. I cannot spell squirrel. I'm so sorry. But
Sober for now.
maybe we should not just assume stereotypes about squirrels.
Have
Well-
you ever seen a black squirrel before? I have.
I've seen them really dark gray. They look black almost. They seem to be something I've seen up north, but not down south. We got like gray and reddish squirrels down here. I sent you a message in the private chat, Ken.
All right, hold on. Let me send a link to Mikey.
Okay. Oop,
And I don't know what Moria has, but
Where was that
we
ding
just
noise?
have rodents that cause car accidents.
Oh,
Are you making cookies again, Moira?
no, that was a pizza for Muffin.
Ah, okay. Cookies.
For a while, I was cooking and nobody seemed that interested in eating, so I just quit making dinner, and now everybody wants food. I'm like, fuck.
It's all fun and games until you decide to not be responsible.
Then it's really fun.
Go. Okay. I am not drunk, but I do have nuts. Okay. Touche.
So I stand by my statement. Not drunk yet. Oh, to be fair, damn, that actually wouldn't mind taking walnuts and actually glazing them in some whiskey and using it to make a pie. Never mind. Not thinking about cooking. It's way too late at night for that.
I already ate. I'm practically full with my stomach. Hey, Mikey! Glad you can be here. But that's so weird that Twitter's not working on your PC anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. Hi, everybody. Good to see
Hey.
you.
Hello.
Holy.
Hello.
Yeah, it's weird that it's funny, Raquel. X was there for a while, and I could easily access it because I had an edit shortcut, from Google. But then I just checked it, and when I clicked on it, there's a poodle sitting on a chair, and it said, "Were you looking for this?" And that used to be Twitter.com. And I was
Wait,
like,
it's a poodle sitting on a chair?
yeah, if you click on Twitter.com, it has a poodle sitting on a chair.
Not an X. A poodle
not
on
an X.
a
poodle on
I
a
need
chair.
Really?
I need to
That's
check this for myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
have
that
to.
is bizarre.
Twitter still
Yeah,
works
it's-
for me.
Yeah,
It
and
does.
says,
Like
"Were you looking
I'm
for this?"
using the desktop version of Twitter app, and believe it or not, it still has the Twitter logo of it.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah,
I'm
mine
just going
just
to it
doesn't
in a
have
browser.
X. Yeah, there's no X anymore. Yeah, it's weird. I have to find it a different way, I guess.
I'm like looking at it right now. It's the old Twitter logo, and it's blue. And on my desktop app, they haven't changed it yet.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
working
mine
for
they
me.
changed it completely. Yeah. Mine just came up with a poodle on a chair. So, and I tried it again. It said looking for this, and it still came up that way. That is so weird.
That's weird. Squirrel. Amara will send you a link to you. So keep an eye out.
I'm
It's
back.
getting it. Squirrel's asking for a link. You send him a
Okay.
link, Myra.
All right.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure it was okay with you. I didn't want to just surprise you.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, send him a link.
All right. Will do. Well, hold on. Let me
Bring the whiskey squirrel.
It is late, and I'm just getting ready to cook. Oh, what are you cooking?
Hopefully,
I like that.
Whiskey
I
and
like
walnut.
that name, the Padawannabe. Yeah, the Padawannabe.
Yeah.
That's
Padawannabe. And it says avatar is Grogu from
yeah.
Oh,
from
is
Star
that the
Wars.
Baby Yoda? Yeah,
Yes.
the Baby
Yeah.
Yoda. Oh,
Grogurt.
Grogu, the most destructive force the galaxy has ever seen.
He's like, and he throws a thing at you.
Now remember, when he comes in, be nice. He's a shy new squirrel.
Of course, we don't bite
Of
here.
course.
If I know someone well enough, I might nibble, but I don't bite.
Fair enough.
Meow, Moira. You know what, Moira? You said you live in Oklahoma, and I meant to ask you because I used to live in Oklahoma myself for like 18 months, and I saw Mount Scott. That's probably the only non-flat part of the state I was able to visit.
Pretty much.
Have you been there before? Yeah, Mount Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
I'm really hoping to go back and try to camp in some places, but I was hoping to do it earlier this year, but my car needed repaired, and I was like, and so that chance was ruined. So I'm hoping to do it again, or have a chance at it again soon.
Yeah, and that's a hard drive. That's a hard drive to Tulsa, Oklahoma, when you know it's on a toll highway, and you're like, you can't pull off, for a stop.
Hey, Doom Squirrel, welcome.
Doom
Hello.
Squirrel.
Hello, Scottish squirrel.
Wow.
Hello.
That is a cool logo, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
It looks like what's the freaking squirrel's name in Ice Age?
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah, that one.
I forget his name. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Scrap?
Yeah, Scrap. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, it is a saber-toothed squirrel like I am.
Oh, darn it. Wait.
he's buffering. Sometimes my brain buffers too.
Right.
So has anyone else had
Sorry.
issues with X, Twitter, Elon Musk's weird project, whatever you want to call it?
No. What
What
issue?
specifically?
Like it crashing and
Well, I did,
no
yeah,
access for a while?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were some announcements earlier about people having I'm going to start calling it Project X now instead of X Twitter, but Project X was crashing on a desktop for people.
You know what? That's the perfect name to call it, because I swear Elon's just doing this as a social experiment at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Project
It
X.
might as well. Like, I don't know, man. The guy's launching off rockets, like making them flip in air, seeing what they do. Yeah, Project X.
Have you crashed too many rockets? Why not just like literally try and destroy the human race while you're at it?
Don't encourage him.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, well, no.
What
Hey,
could
I'm
go
not worried
worse
about
at this
humans.
point in time?
I'm in the center of the earth. I'm not worried what happens.
So I need to go.
Well,
I need to go
don't
join the saber-tooth squirrel at the center of the earth with Doomcock.
I will take
Yeah, I don't entirely know how you would get down here. Honestly, like I don't even know how I got here.
And I'll claim that I believe that Nazi UFOs actually exist, and I'll pray to the reptilian gods, and hopefully that works.
I theorize that there is an entryway up at the North Pole or the Arctic. I can't remember which one General Byrd went to, and he said he saw
The Antarctic.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Well, Pete would if Pete was here, he would say that there's pyramids over there.
Probably.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. If I
revealing
identify,
Stop revealing all the
so,
secret locations. All the secret locations. God damn it.
Saber-tooth squirrel and Super Saiyan Raquel. If I identify as a Disney princess and then I do the fusion dance with Moria, does that mean I actually get to go through the dimensional gate and I get to the center of the earth?
What, the biscuits?
I really don't know what to say about that.
Like, what kind of anime universe I would be in? Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, Full Metal Alchemist, and Demon Slayer.
I'd have to be in Dragon Ball Z. That's the only one that canonically has talking animals, so I'd have to be in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, there's like dog sheriffs and dog mayors.
And a god cat.
I would choose my Hero Academia, because that's superheroes that are different from DC.
I was gonna say maybe Avatar, but Avatar isn't actually anime, is it?
I would choose.
What would your quirk be?
I would choose Dragon Ball, but there has been some planets that have been blown up, including the Earth, and
Multiple times. In Dragon Ball, the Earth is blown up like every week. They bring it back every time.
Well,
like every other episode.
To be fair, if you include a truck or a train, it's basically every isekai that's ever existed.
Pretty much. Guide to the Galaxy. Remember how they blew up the Earth on that one?
Yeah, to make way for a hyperspace exchange or something.
So, Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter or One Piece, maybe Gundam. Actually, One Piece and Hunter x Hunter don't sound too bad.
I like how people are actually looking for the tunnels. You'll never find them. They're hidden with technology beyond your world.
That's cool.
So I'm pretty sure there's an anime about that, and it was called Recreators.
Never heard of it.
You haven't seen Recreators? Oh
no.
Yeah, you should watch Recreators. That's actually a really good show. It's only
all right.
It's only dual core. It goes to 24 episodes, but it's actually it's probably one of the better shows I've ever seen. It would go in my top 10.
Only 24 episodes. I can get that done in 2 days.
Yeah, that's a short series.
Well, that's the thing. It's a very start to
compare
finish.
that to One Piece that doesn't seem to ever want to end.
1,000 episodes.
And it's still going.
And
dude, that's the reason
chapters.
I could never. So say what you want. That's the reason I could never get into One Piece, because I'm sorry, I don't have the time to sit down and watch 500 episodes just to get caught up for the last 500. I can't do it.
Although to be honest, Dragon Ball's getting to that point now with Super, isn't it? It must be over 1,000 now.
Yeah, Dragon Ball's
Yeah.
trying real hard to catch up.
How many
Yep.
how many episodes total when we're talking about all the different versions of Pokemon? How many
You know,
were
I
there?
just realized that I'm talking about Dragon Ball on a channel that has the Dragon Ball in the corner.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
perfect.
To be fair,
over the corner.
at least with Dragon Ball, you have Dragon Ball, which has a definitive ending, and then you have Dragon Ball Z,
does.
which has a definitive ending and beginning and end. Then you have Dragon Ball Z, which has a definitive beginning and end. Then you have GT, which we don't talk about because it doesn't exist. And then you have Super.
GT's not
GT's
canon
stuck.
anymore because Toriyama
GT
took a
fucking
tantrum.
suck.
And then you got Dragon
for good
Ball Super. Yes. Apparently the original Broly films are no longer canon. The Dragon Ball Super Broly is.
The only reason GT's not canon is because Toriyama took a tantrum because he didn't actually write it. It was written by someone else. So he was like, "Fuck this! This isn't mine." Pretty much.
Well, it sucked. And it sucked.
So
Yeah, can't blame
So
them.
if you really think about it, since the original Broly film is non-canon, so is GT, and then in Dragon Ball Z you have two different timelines. So in actuality, there's 4 now.
Not
There's actually 3 or 4.
Not really.
You
I mean,
you have the history of Trunks timeline.
Yeah,
That's its own separate thing. You have GT,
Hey,
which is
Raquel.
fucking bullshit.
Hey,
But isn't the Trunks timeline technically canon? Because I mean that leads to the Cell Saga, doesn't it?
It 100% is because he goes and fixes it. He gets stronger, goes back and kicks the androids' asses, kills Cell while he's still in the first form. Like Trunks.
Yeah, so it's canon, even though there's arguments it isn't. It is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's nowhere near as convoluted as the Fate Saga series.
Yeah.
Right. Mikey, what do you want to say?
And another one that also.
I was going to ask a question. I'm sorry, Doom. I was going to ask you. You do like Japanese anime, correct?
Oh yes, I love anime. I've been anime weeb since the late '90s, early 2000s. Like I don't like I'm sure most of the audience won't really remember this. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I found my first anime series that I watched was Ronin Warriors, which was also called Samurai Warriors.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Found it's weird. Like I went on Cartoon Network. There was a program called Adult Swim, and within that, there was a program called Toonami.
I grew up on Adult
Swim.
Swim.
And through Toonami, I watch these good anime shows: Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, G Gundam.
Wasn't Toonami originally its own channel? Originally, or yeah, it was a completely separate thing, and then it became like Cartoon Network 2, and now it's dead.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead at this point, I think.
No, it is dead. They cancelled the entire channel.
Oh man.
Shit.
They turned it into Cartoon Network Plus, which was like a prototype for a certain plus we can't mention because a certain rat doesn't like it.
The question was because one of my nieces, Monique, went at.
Oh god damn it! I just realized I keep talking over people. Sorry.
Also, it's okay. I think Mikey's having mic issues.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey's having mic issues. That's strangely poetic. Okay, well, what do you expect from me?
I thought I heard Mikey say something. I
thought I did.
Are
too.
They back?
I think he's.
Yeah, I was saying that I was saying that my niece Monique actually went to her first Comic-Con as a Sailor Moon character.
Oh, nice! I think I think you told me this before. Didn't she go as Sailor Mukuri?
Yeah, she did. The blue, the suit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Ranma 1/2?
That was my
first series.
That is the let's see. The son and the father went to this was it a hot spring or some kind of spring? So they got cursed. The
when
son,
they fell in.
The son gets turned to a female redhead, and the dad gets turned into a panda.
Yeah, giant panda. Yeah, if they get splashed with cold water, then they change. They have to get splashed with hot water to turn back.
Hold up, turning into pandas. A certain Disney movie copied the idea.
What?
You know, turning red, turning into pandas. Like a certain thing copied that idea.
Oh, did they?
Has anybody seen that? Actually, or is it just me?
I know for a fact that Disney copied some stuff from Kim of the White Lion for the Lion King animated movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare the two of them, they're the same movie.
Well, some of it, yeah.
They steal all kinds of ideas.
Roy Lucard he mentions the Go Lion Voltron, and he comes from the same era I do. When I grew up, I was watching Voltron, Defenders of the Universe, Battle of the Planets, you name it, all of them. Yeah,
I remember
Ray's got it going on, man. He's got it going on.
Pat and Buddy, while I'm cooking, I'm going to make an orange honey teriyaki sauce, stir fry some veggies, and lo mein noodles, with some pork.
Oh, hey, Padawannabe, I remember you from the 12-hour marathon that happened a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
I wanted to be there, but was I there? I can't remember.
To be honest, it's thanks to Tony that I've even become part of this entire group. Him and his insanity.
Apron, I can't remember. Was I there? I'm getting my days mixed up.
Stark of Iron.
I'm sure you were.
Oh, okay. I was in Stark of Iron.
Because this is only my second.
I did a 10-hour one. Yeah,
that was some marathon. Like I was there practically from the beginning. That was insane.
The last time I did a 10-hour stream was 2 years ago, and that was enough for me.
And now look at what's happened. I'm appearing everywhere.
Yep,
you should appear on my streams. Yeah, you should appear on my streams, Doom. I recently did a topic time stream. I'm starting to do that now on Fridays, and mine lasted over 6 hours. That was the longest I'd ever done. I was like, oh man. It was a lot of fun, though. We had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We just talk about random stuff too, just like Raquel does.
Well, that's the kind of streams I like, just talking about random stuff, because I don't really think that conversation really works like with just one subject. It seems to become like androgynous and then boring, and then it's like, oh, my stream ended in like an hour. Why?
I guess you just have to find the right balance, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I do both hangouts, and I'm also getting back to reviews as well. So on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
I mean, I'm guessing by the logo that this is primarily an anime channel. So yeah.
Actually, it's a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't really have a channel yet, but
okay.
Reasons and coming. I may at some point, but yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I was saying this Wednesday I'll be doing a review episode 1 and 2 of Ahsoka at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Jeez. Oh god, I got oh god, Ahsoka. Oh.
Have fun.
I heard some.
All I've got to say is have fun watching that for 2 hours without falling asleep.
I didn't fall asleep with it. I was watching it the
she's so like unfeeling. That's not how Ahsoka is.
She's very nurturing, calm and nurturing, and hopeful. But with this Ahsoka, she just seemed
with everything that's happened,
Added
you really
to
think she's gonna
yeah.
be the same way. You really think she's gonna be the same way with everything that's happened?
She
in her
just
life?
come like I would say
I
with
don't
the
think so.
with Ahsoka in the
I
live
mean,
action.
to be honest, if we're looking at the
She came across more
Stoic.
well, yeah,
she
but
changed
also
her-
she like it was also like she was
If
on
I- if I- if I
a
could-
teenage
if I could-
attitude, disgruntled.
add-
She survived a genocide.
if I could add to this,
Sure.
the reason why I think she is like so stoic now is because she's no longer that, hopeful Jedi that she was in the Clone Wars. I mean,
Yes,
she's went through
things
the
have
Clone
happened.
Wars and she's seen Order 66, and then now she's seeing like the rise of, well, we hate to say it, but the rise of the First Order.
And
So it's like-
and
it's like
it's all happening- it's like it's all
master became
happening
Darth
again.
Vader.
War changes a person.
Yeah.
Her
well,
master
yeah,
is
but
literally
before-
the
If
most
I can-
evil piece of shit in the galaxy.
And
What about Star
and
Wars Rebels?
seeing Anakin, who was her hero and her mentor,
Yep.
become this monster. I mean, that's got to break a person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I'm-
I agree
I'm-
there.
I
'cause
wanna-
I
wouldn't be
never
the
thought
same.
that-
I want to jump into this one on real quick because I have watched episodes 1 and 2, and I'm not going to give spoilers or anything. And I understand why Ahsoka has changed as a character, and I do think it makes sense. Which is fine. I have no problem with Ahsoka becoming a more stoic character and kind of basically realizing, yeah, the world is not the place that you thought it was. That's character development. That's
Right.
good. I like
mean,
that.
can I add one thing?
The issue and the criticism I have with the Ahsoka series is you don't need to have excessively long, drawn out periods of walking, looking at things, stopping, pondering,
Staring.
walking again.
Can I add
looking at
something in?
And the reason I say that
seems
is
to be-
because that's the reason they're doing it. The reason they're doing that is because they're not trying to
Holy
build
shit!
tension.
Someone joined.
They're not trying to build tension. They're not trying to build character development. The reason they're doing that is because they're trying to pad airtime, and it's very blatantly obvious.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say, Dooku. I was going to say that, what they're doing is exactly what they did with Force Awakens. I mean, you could have got that film done less than 3 hours, but you had people standing there for half an hour.
Mhm.
Especially the ending, where it was like, just stand here for a lightsaber. We need another hour.
Yeah. You have about 30,
Exactly.
40 minutes worth of story stretched out into an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Oh, and
that's
that's
just Disney. That's just Disney in a nutshell, though. I mean, if you look
Yeah.
at nutshell,
Well, and that's what's frustrating about
oh
it.
come
So
on, no one got my
if-
nut joke. That
if
was
you
unfair.
if you had
Uh,
if you had Ahsoka walking through,
Hi, real.
if you had Ahsoka walking through just in the initial scene, I'm not going to give spoilers or anything for people, but if you have her walking through and it's not just Ahsoka walks, Ahsoka looks, Ahsoka walks, Ahsoka looks. No, if you have the right type of camera angle,
Is that
if you can,
Warhammer figures in the corner, or is it something else?
Go ahead, Doku. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, Bruce?
but no, if
Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
oh wow, those are what is that the Leviathan box? Looks like the Leviathan
hey,
box.
Bruce,
Hey guys,
and hey, Wade.
Yeah.
wow.
this is my
Hi,
desk of
Bruce.
shame. I don't know. What
I
you guys
really
are-
need
Wow.
to stop it. I really need to stop interfering.
Yeah, that looks like the Leviathan box.
No, it's not a Leviathan box. This is
Oh my
just
God.
Bones 3 and a
We have
lot
ourselves a
of
rabbit.
Yeah, we have a killer rabbit and a
Hello,
doom
killer
squirrel.
rabbit
We
Yeah,
got
from
a killer
space.
rabbit from space.
a bunch of demented animals
Yeah, we
here.
just talked about eating a rabbit.
and here's the finish.
Hey, I'm
box for the pack.
being very, very tame for the people that know what I'm normally like.
Hey, we don't doubt it.
Oh, I like the squiggly thing. I like the squiggle. I like the green squiggle.
The biscuits?
But
But
that's
no,
a lot of mini figures. Are they gaming characters?
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
looks
Wow.
that looks
That's
that looks
Little
nice.
more.
Oh
I
no,
love that.
it's bringing me flashbacks to a certain squid. No.
But that squirrel from
Hey, Squirrel, I'm
Ice
trying to
Age.
message you on
It was
Discord.
Scrat.
Cthulhu would
It
like
was
to know your
Scrat.
location.
Scrat from Ice Age.
Cthulhu is here.
He looks like
What?
Scrat. Yeah, no, Doom Squirrel looks like Scrat from Ice Age. His name was Scrat.
I know I do.
Yeah, Scrat.
Anyways, before I forget, my point about Ahsoka was this.
To be honest, to
If-
stop any confusion between me and another one with the name Doom, just call me like Saber or Sabertooth or whatever.
I play Scottish
Saber
Squirrel.
squirrel.
Just call me
Scottish
Saber or
Squirrel.
whatever.
Oh, Saber,
but,
I'm trying to message you on Discord.
Doku, what are you gonna say about Ahsoka?
Yeah. What do you want to say, Dooku?
Yeah, no, my point about Ahsoka was this.
Or Dooku, he's getting
If you
screwed all
wanna-
the time.
if you wanna
just like
build-
in the series.
If you want to build gravity, if you want to build tension, there's a way of going about doing it. And it's not about the actors involved in the series. It's the way they frame it and the way the camera angles work it's just very basic and very bland, and it doesn't actually work to build tension. And so you essentially have Ahsoka walking around going like, oh, here's a thing. Oh, here's a thing. Let me walk for 20 seconds. Here's a thing. It doesn't build that type of character that you would expect. It just comes across as very amateurish. And you can see it. You to be blunt, it sucks. Like it's like basically saying I'm gonna have a pull away camera and watch this person walk for 30 seconds. Dude, that's not how you build tension. That's not how you build a character showing them they've been through things. All you have is somebody walking towards the camera looking at stuff with like some Easter eggs thrown in, hoping that's enough to distract the audience. It's just, to be blunt, it's lazy.
Yeah.
It's lazy, it's not good. And it's unfortunate because it has actually a lot of potential, because the only thing you actually have to do is just pan the camera a little bit and then focus in or focus out, focus on certain things. Like, it only requires small details like that to actually build tension without the actor or actress having to say anything. But they don't even do that. It's just, again, it's just bland and it's boring. And it's like, okay, when's something actually going to happen? Like, pull the music. Well, pull the music aside. Here's a really great example. If people want to see what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
well, real quick, if people want to see what I'm talking about, kill the sound. Look at the first 2 minutes of Ahsoka, and then look at the first 2 minutes of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and you'll see the difference.
And they're both going after the same orb. That's funny that you mentioned Guardians. The orb
Because
is the same.
But it's the perfect example, because it's the same type of thing. But in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, there are camera angles that actually help to build the narrative, and you can see it. And whereas in the first 2-3 minutes of Ahsoka, it's the same type of thing that they're going for, but it's just so boring. And that's what I find so disappointing.
Come and get your love. I would have died. That'd have been amazing.
Well, they wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Yeah, there was.
Come and get your love.
Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love.
I mean,
Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love now.
There.
Hey,
Yeah,
Fletcher.
there was a point that I made on one of my topic streams where I said that CGI is either going to do one of two things. It's either going to help the story or it's going to make it turn into crap. So, that's why I love practical and special effects a lot more than CGI. Because in most cases, CGI does not help. It's supposed to help, but it hinders the movie. Yeah.
When you can seamlessly blend the two,
and some people
when you
say,
can
well,
blend
that can't be that
practical
simple.
and
It is
CGI.
that simple. It is that simple.
Moria, if I was a man from India and I had a lot of money with a movie studio, I would be like, baby, we need to get together. Ooh.
I mean, have you seen RRR? That movie's amazing.
No, I have not. What's this movie about?
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen
RRR?
the two.
Ray
I've
Stevenson's
seen two
in it, by the way.
Ragu
Great film.
Balis.
Well, the thing is that what's so disappointing about Ahsoka is you have a character who has basically one expression through the entire thing with like two exceptions.
It's
Rosario
like Dawson.
It's
buried actress. What was the
I
movie?
think the fault here is Filoni.
And me with kitty cats.
I really liked her in Sin City.
Yeah.
As Gale. That was like my
I
favorite.
think the fault here is Dave Filoni, because we're getting his level of writing. Yeah, we're getting his level of writing and his level of direction. This is a good example of bad writing and bad direction. Because if you're not a good director, you're not going to get characters or actors pushing themselves.
I think that Filoni sold his soul.
Well, and that's the thing with Ahsoka is you can have a stoic. You can still have a stoic character and an actress that can play a stoic character, which Dawson can do, but it's the way that the shots are framed, it's the way that the story is written, it's the way that it's shown that just makes it bland.
All goes back to Filoni.
Yeah, so I don't blame Rosario Dawson. I don't fully blame the writers, although they are partly to blame. But even with a bad script, you can at least frame things from a visual standpoint that at least makes it interesting. But from a visual standpoint, it's boring. Like just visually, it's boring, and that's kind of the travesty, because the one thing that a Star Wars show should never be from a visual standpoint is boring.
That was all of episode 1.
Yeah,
there was a lot of beautiful stuff to look at in episode
boring.
1.
We have Obi-Wan, we have Andor.
Gentlemen,
Naboo was gorgeous.
It was CGI. The Naboo sets were only 6 foot tall.
Okay, I was going to say that when they did Clone Wars.
Coruscant looked good too.
Yeah, when they did Clone Wars, Jendy Tartakovsky, who did Samurai Jack on Cartoon Network, Jendy was a genius. And that's when George Lucas still cared and wanted the stories to continue. That's why Jendy was great. But you know what? I miss him, because after he did his own movie, he did 40 shorts, which were like 5 minutes long, made it into a 2-hour movie, which I wish I could still find, because it was a perfect filler between episode 2 and episode 3. And I was like, I wish I could find it, because it's out there somewhere. And that's when, Filoni was just getting started. He actually cared.
Yeah, he went up to George Lucas and he asked him, should I do this? Would this be good in Star Wars? Like him and George Lucas actually had a sit down.
Sold it off to Disney, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I guarantee J.J. Abrams and most of these guys didn't have a sit down with George Lucas and ask him, would this be good in your Star Wars? Like, no, that never fucking happened again.
If they did, they asked him that and then promptly ignored whatever Lucas was saying.
Exactly. Or they just ignored it. Yeah, like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Throw it in the trash.
That's a good idea, George. Yeah, we'll get right on that.
For 7, 8, and 9.
I want to say hello to David R. Hello. Mm-hmm. And I want to say hello to Stark of Iron. Hello. Sending you like and love for my last break. I'll catch the wing line. All right. Thank you so much. But
I like quoting. I like.
Oh, hey,
I like
hey, Tony,
Stark
remember me
high-rises.
from
So
your
get up here and
12-hour
do your
stream?
freaking movie, Stark.
Tony was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. Well, I'm not Tony Stark. I'm just the guy from Christmas Story. I know that. And you're bald now.
Oh, but
That's just my own added part.
like in my opinion,
Stark still owes me a present of freaking laser beams with sharks on their heads.
in my opinion,
Why did
like
Dr. Evil get in the chat?
with Ahsoka and Harley Quinn, there were there were just minor characters from their respective shows, and they became such a staple. They became a part of the storyline because people loved them so much. And sadly, Arlene Soken sadly passed away. And I will definitely miss her as Harley Quinn for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Harley Quinn evolved more than just a side character, though. I'm not going to be mad that Harley Quinn became more than just Joker's girlfriend. Like, sorry, that's not going to.
Well,
be
there's a new.
I'm mad at, but
a new.
I liked her.
But she did get a little extra. But
No, I mean, go ahead, Raquel.
Well, there's a new female / sidekick. Also a henchman / partner with the Joker.
Are we talking about Punchline?
Punchline
Yes,
took
Punchline.
Harley Quinn's place.
Yeah. Because Harley in the comics pretty much told the Joker to, I don't know if you're allowed swearing, but that off.
The annoying part about that is, and again, I'm glad that Harley Quinn became a popular character, because Harley Quinn was the reason the Batman animated series was as popular as it was. Like, I don't care what people say about any of the other characters. I'm sorry. The reason Batman the animated series back from the 90s was popular was because of Harley Quinn. She was the quintessential character.
Yeah, totally.
Indeed. Like, I'm glad
she was. When she was introduced, she was huge. Yeah.
Well, what drives me nuts though is
Harley Quinn the first time. Yes, she was big, huge.
And what drives me nuts though is that because Harley Quinn became such a popular character due to the fact that she was that quintessential character that nobody really saw coming. She was original to the animated series and garnered so much popularity that over time, Harley Quinn is no longer Harley Quinn. She's a completely different character now. If you try to look at
show, it's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, if you try to look at the Harley Quinn in the comics versus how she was, it's not the same character. Like, you would look at the two of them and go like, bro, that's not Harley Quinn. Again, completely different character. Which is frustrating, because you're throwing away what made the character popular to make the character into something that you think is popular or what you want the character to be.
Wasn't the show more based on Tim Burton's movies than the comics? Like, it was the Timverse, wasn't it? Because you have as the actual entrance.
I wouldn't say that, actually. I would say it was actually kind of more of its own thing. It might have had influence, but
well, you've got to look at the style of Gotham and the Batmobile and everything. Like, it was heavily inspired, and it also used the theme tune from Tim Burton. So it was heavily inspired. If anything,
inspiration and influence, but it wasn't trying to completely imitate one thing or the other. Like, it was its own thing. Like, if you go back and look at Harley Quinn from the 1990s animated Batman series, And
I'm
then you
not
look
saying
at
that it was I'm not saying that it was trying to imitate anything. I was saying that it was heavily inspired. I mean, it wouldn't have used the Tim Burton theme tune if it wasn't.
no, okay, yeah, no, I understand that. My point is my point more was this: they took a popular character and then tried to make it into something that it wasn't because I guess
I get where you're
idea.
coming from, Dooku. Like Harley in the comics is completely different. Like Harley in the comics actually told the Joker where to go, where she would never have done that in the animated series because she was basically just following him around like a simp.
Oh, and they basically turned her into an animal rights activist that was basically just running around with poison ivy the entire time. It's like, okay,
Well,
Have
she kind of does that in the comics, though, does it? Don't her and Ivy actually get on?
Well, they're
Yeah, they do.
friends, but
no, they have a very, very close relationship with the comics. But again, in the animated series, that was never a thing. Again, the character has changed so much that it's not even it's not the same character.
Well, that's what my point kind of was. It's more of the Tim Burton-esque version than it is anything else.
I wanted to ask Raquel a question, and maybe she'll know. Yeah, I think Raquel would know the answer to this question. Well, now, since you've seen Harley Quinn in the animated series, then you saw her in Suicide Squad, and then you also saw her live action with Birds of Prey. Would you say that the character of Harley Quinn in general has progressed or regressed? Like progression or regression?
I haven't seen the Bird of Prey movie, and I've seen somewhat of the episodes of the animated Harley Quinn TV show. In my opinion, it's not really. Yeah, how do I put this? It's too adult humor in my opinion, for a Batman TV series. In my opinion, I'm not really a particular fan of it.
Yeah, so you think she might have regressed because, when she did the animated, she said that Mr. J, and I know that was in the comics too, but you didn't see that when I watched Suicide Squad, you didn't see that because it was kind of a different way about her. And I thought maybe she was starting to regress. And like you, ma'am, I haven't seen.
She calls him Mr.
Birds
J
of
in
Prey
Suicide
yet
Squad.
either. But
and in Birds of Prey,
yeah,
she
but I
calls
think
him
she's
Mr.
regressed
J.
a lot. Does she still say Mr. J?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, Mr. J, she still says it. Okay.
But she does definitely regress, and it gets real stupid in Birds of Prey. The dumbest part where you really got to suspend your disbelief. She walks into a fucking police station with a beanbag and just starts taking out the police.
Yeah,
with guns. They have real guns.
With a beanbag gun.
Loaded in a grenade launcher.
I would say not even the Joker would have done that.
Yeah, and it's loaded with like the beanbags are like full of like colorful stuff.
The only way the Joker do that is, he knows he has a one up on these police guys. He wouldn't go within. He wouldn't go in, unprepared.
No, she just walks right up to them point blank and just starts shooting them with the beanbag gun. And they all have guns, and they're just like, "What do we do? Shoot her!" I feel like the guy from Jurassic Park. Shoot her! They just stand there. What do we do?
You know what the real Harley Quinn would have done?
Killed him, probably.
Well, no, she would have walked in with her hands behind her back, and everyone says freeze, and she holds her hands up. She's holding, two dog bones. They say drop it, and she drops it, and then two hyenas come running out the back, and
they built up the hyenas. Yeah, she had Bruce was one of she had a hyena in the movie. That would have been so much cooler.
That's what Harley Quinn would have done, because that was kind of the gimmick, is they had hyenas as dogs.
Yeah. But they didn't want to make her out to be the bad girl and kill a bunch of cops, so they have her shoot them with beanbags, so they're alive. It's just like it was all so stupid. But she would have definitely have had the dogs maul them, like no question.
And again, that's exactly what Harley Quinn would have done. She would have walked in, and they would have said like, Yeah, she would have walked in with her hands behind her back. So they would say, "Oh, hands up," and she, "Oh no, I'm sorry. What are you doing?" And they're like, "Drop it," and she would say, "Okay," and then she would have smiled and she would have dropped it, and then the hyenas would have rushed forward, and she was like, "Oh, you said drop it," yep, and then she would have kept going, like because regardless of what people think, Harley Quinn is still batshit insane. Like, she's not a nice person. She's insane. She's crazy. Like,
well, she wasn't always
Yeah, she's not
crazy.
above killing a few
She
people.
was an actual legit doctor before she fell in love in the Joker, and Joker twisted her mind.
exactly. That's the whole point behind Harley Quinn. She's supposed to be the.
Yeah, that's right. She was the scientist.
Yeah, she was a psychologist, and she was the psychologist who was supposed to psychoanalyze the Joker, and then the Joker turns her fucking crazy, and then the Joker turns her to her side, and then she lets him free, and then they go on their crime spree. And again, that's the whole thing behind Harley and Joker when they go on their crime spree, is they're not necessarily doing it out of maliciousness towards anybody else. They're just kind of in the way. So it's like, I don't really care if you live or die. It's just, we're going after the bat.
It's just like, like what Alfred said in the Dark Knight film. Someone just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, they're not after anything like money or power. Like, literally, the Joker burns an entire pile of money in that movie. I love it so much.
Yeah,
all you
they just want to have fun.
Money.
And that's the thing. They're after. That's the thing. The Joker and Harley Quinn are after the bat. And this is the part that a lot of people don't talk about. What does Joker have that Batman doesn't? And this is why Harley Quinn is such an amazing character, and why she was phenomenal as an addition in the animated series. Batman has nothing. He can only try to fulfill his family in an esoteric standpoint in terms of he needs to build the Bat family around him so they can fight crime. What does Joker have? Joker has Harley Quinn. Joker actually has someone who loves him. Something that Batman is absolutely terrified of, because if he has it, he's going to be afraid of losing it. They are the two sides of the same coin, which is why Joker and Batman are the perfect villain and hero. Because Batman is the constant stoic. I don't want to let anybody get close to me because I'm afraid of losing them. Versus Joker is, I'm crazy. I'll let the entire world burn, and oh, by the way, I'll do it with my girl beside me. He has the one thing that Batman is afraid of, and that's someone to stand next to you and is allowed to love. But also, you look at how Joker treats Harley Quinn, and he's an absolute asshole. But Harley Quinn still loves him regardless. That's what makes it such a good dynamic.
I agree. Like
Realistic.
with
Harley.
I'm sorry, Bruce. I'm sorry, Mikey.
Yeah,
Batman, he's a dark bat, but he represents good, which is white. Joker looks like a colorful clown, but in actuality he's black. So yeah, I totally agree with you. It's not always like black and white. It's just a lot of gray with the dynamic with those two.
Well, that's the thing. You have Batman who is
one at a time. Doku.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the thing. You have Batman. You have Batman who is incredibly stoic, doesn't really show love to anybody, but deep down in his heart loves everybody who's close to him. That's why he doesn't want anybody to get close to him, and he'll never show it. Versus you have Joker, who is just aloof and chaos and is more than willing to just act like he's loving every minute of it. Has someone like Harley Quinn who openly loves him. They're going out doing an absolute complete crime spree, even though Joker treats Harley Quinn like absolute trash. I mean, they are literal polar opposites, but they are two sides of the same coin. That's why, as the Joker would say, we're made for each other, because they quite literally are. They are the yin and yang.
Well, yeah, because, well, that's the thing, is that if you look at the dynamic, okay, between the dynamic duo and between Joker and Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn originally was a clinical psychologist, right? Psychiatrist, who understood Joker better than most. And Joker understands Batman where he comes from. He knows his moral code. He will not kill. He will injure, but he will not kill people. And the thing is that Batman, to be honest, has never had very good sidekicks. Because, Robin or Nightwing or Darkwing, any of them, or even Batgirl, at any chance moment, if they can't stand Batman anymore, they will walk away. But the best thing about Harley Quinn was she never walked away. She was loyal. And it wasn't just blind loyalty. It was the fact that she could connect with Joker's, psychological profile. They were like two peas in a pod. So yeah, if you say they're two sides of the coin, that's true. But I also believe that because of their relationship, they were more effective against Batman and Robin. Not only in the animated series.
I don't know. I just think the Joker's a genius because he found a hot girl. He learned a little bit about her. He realized that she's got some severe daddy issues, and then he plays them up.
I finished.
He goes full tilt into the daddy issues. I love it, and I think that's why I enjoyed the early dynamics of Harley Quinn and Joker. I haven't watched anything of it in the last 10 years. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And that's also one of the great things about Joker and Harley Quinn is because despite
it's a great dynamic. Yeah.
Well, and also despite how much of an asshole Joker is to Harley Quinn, you also still get the chance to see Joker actually like break character and actually show that he actually does really care about her. And then as soon as he finds himself slipping like that, he immediately reverts back to angry, violent Joker. It's like, so you can tell, like, okay, the guy's not totally lost. And that makes Joker a more sympathetic character. If you didn't have Harley Quinn to show that side of him, he would just basically be, oh, he's just a crazy dude. It's a way to actually humanize a villain, which is what makes Harley Quinn such an important character.
Well,
and it's a very subtle level of storytelling, but it's one that's really important. That's actually lost on what I believe we see in a lot of storytelling, where you have a character who's supposed to be an agent of chaos, who shouldn't care about anything, but then all of a sudden you introduce this one character, and all of a sudden it's like he actually cares about something. And you can see, like, he doesn't actually want to care about her. It creates a moral crisis within his own psyche, and you can see it. And again, I believe that's why people actually look at Harley Quinn and go, "Holy crap, this is actually a really phenomenal character." Because not only does she provide a new dynamic from a villain standpoint for Batman, but she also manages to bring out a level of humanization and a villain that should normally just be random agent of chaos no one should really care about, and by extension actually starts humanizing the Joker. And you look at that and you go, okay, you can, and that's why you can see Batman and the Joker actually really aren't that different. They're just Batman could have very easily, Bruce Wayne could have very easily become the Joker if his motivations were different. And that's why it works so well. But that has nothing to do with the Joker or the Batman. That has everything to do with Harley Quinn, and that's why she's such a fundamentally powerful character.
Are you
Agreed.
excited for the Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga? And,
very much so.
Joker
Bruce
sequel?
Lombardo
I'm not
fixed the
really.
vision. Yeah, Bruce Lombardo makes a good point too about Joker there in the comment, Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just reading what he said. Fixed the vision. Bruce Lombardo. He says Joker's smart. He went for a hot girl with severe daddy issues, and he plays it up to the max. He absolutely does. That's the way Joker is.
Agreed.
But she compliments him so well. I mean, Joker was not like crazy, but she compliments him. She completes him. That's
the great part about it is because Harley Quinn. That's the thing. Harley Quinn is also a really, really intelligent character as well. That's why they work so well. Like, they're both insane, but they're also both really intelligent. Batman. That's why it all works. They're quite literally made for each other. There is no dynamic, villain and hero dynamic in any comic that comes close to Joker and Harley Quinn versus the Batman. There is no one that comes close to that. I mean, that is the benchmark.
Hello, Admiral Teague, and hello, Jedi Bill. Hope you guys are having a good evening. And thank you so much, Admiral Teague. It was fun. It was really great to have. It was good to be on Ryan's podcast earlier today.
Ryan
Roger Atherway.
Ah, great man.
Indeed.
Hail Jedi Bill.
Hey, Jedi Bill.
Hey, Jedi
Apion,
Bill.
I haven't seen the Joker movie. And yes, I have heard that Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn in the Joker 2 sequel. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how that's got to go.
They released some pictures. She looks interesting.
I don't think it's going to go very well if it's Lady Gaga. She's not quite an actress. Decent singer, but not quite an actress.
They have pictures of him and her, like the Joker and Harley Quinn on the stairs from the first movie, and they're like singing a song together or something.
Yeah, it's going to be a very strange casting. There.
Yeah, because it's going to be a musical too, which is going to be weird.
Oh,
well, was it the first Joker movie a musical?
No, there was music in it, but it wasn't a musical.
Huh? That's a weird.
Like, it had a good soundtrack with songs playing over like they play like I Did It My Way, like the Frank Sinatra song at the end. But other than that, like
it's odd that he would make the sequel a musical then.
Yeah, the thing is, I just can't. Who knows? I can't see Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Like, I just can't.
I can't either. That's very odd. That's kind of off. But if they can make it work,
I can't see that at all. Yeah, that's not going to work. No.
Yeah,
I mean, I could say the same thing when I heard about.
I want to wait till the first trailer drops where we actually hear her do the Harley Quinn voice. Then I'll make that decision.
That's
my breaking point.
Yeah, I'll reserve judgment.
I want to hear her 30 seconds. Or not 30 seconds, but I want to hear her say a line as Harley, and then I'll be like,
yeah. I'll reserve judgment until I see some footage from it, like a trailer.
If it was 10 years ago, there is one person that I could say would actually do Harley Quinn phenomenally, hands down perfect. But it would have been 10 years ago.
Who was that?
Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. That's a good one. You're right.
Oh yeah, I remember his name out.
She's a wild one. She could be perfect for that.
At the time when I heard Ben Affleck being announced as Batman and / Bruce Wayne, I didn't see it at the time. I was like, no. And then when I saw it in the movie, it's like, okay, he's not actually that bad. So who knows with with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I guess we'll have to see for ourselves.
As far as like how she looks in the makeup,
I
she doesn't look
wish
very
that-
good. But I just want to hear her speak as
No.
Harley
Hmm.
before I really say yes or no.
I still think Margot Robbie does a much better Harley.
I like
Quinn.
Margot Robbie's
I love
Harley.
Margot Robbie.
She's the best part of both Suicide Squads for me, hands down. Like, not trying to be a pervert, but she's the best part.
I see Margot Robbie as more as Harley
I
Quinn.
agree.
Not,
I agree.
not Barbie. To be honest.
Not Barbie.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
crap.
that no matter
what happened there?
no matter what you guys do, no
Oh,
matter
man.
what is said, this entire thing with Harley Quinn in this movie is going to fail. And we have the looming shadow of Arlene, the lady that just died, that played Harley Quinn for us for decades. No matter what, and no matter how good Lady Gaga does this, she is not going to knock it out of the park as Harley Quinn. I wish she would. I like her. I liked her in A Star Is Born. I thought she did really good. I don't think it's a great movie, but if you want 90 minutes of turn your brain off and enjoy a person get stardom, it's a good film. It really is. And you got Brad Cooper for you ladies to watch. We've got Lady Gaga, who she's kind of easy on the eyes. And her as Harley Quinn, it doesn't really fit well. No offense, but Lady Gaga is lacking some assets that I consider womanly, and that would be considered hips and boobs. I love her. She's great for what she does, but to me, she does not astound me like Margot Robbie does.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be in the mind of a lot of people. And then we have this lady that just died that was a voice of Harley Quinn for years and decades. And the DC Batman universe is basically dead.
Well, and that's the thing with Lady Gaga.
Well,
she doesn't. I'm not even going to talk about the looks.
Why as it is.
Lady Gaga's problem is going to be this. She's not going to be able to pull off the mannerism. She's not going to be able, regardless if you're looking at old school Southern Belle style Harley Quinn, or if you're going with the more new style with the shorts and the corset, newer style Harley Quinn. She doesn't have the right mannerisms. She doesn't have the right gait. She doesn't have the right way of talking. Like she doesn't fit the role. There's other characters she could play, but that character is not Harley Quinn. To be honest, if they wanted to find someone, you'd be better off looking for new, fresh talent who is going to actually be able to carry that character. Which they should do. I don't know why they're going with Lady Gaga.
Perhaps just name recognition.
If this was a
I don't understand that either. And to be bold, I just want to ask Appian. I just want to ask Appian. To be bold, I'm old enough to remember the original *A Star Is Born* with Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson. And I'm sorry, but Lady Gaga did not resurrect that movie. I'm just saying that because it says, and you know what's also ironic? The last person that Lady Gaga sang with in a duet, no less, before he died, was Tony Bennett. So what does that say? That's scary. That is basically.
You know who Lady Gaga could play well?
Poison Ivy.
Madonna?
No, I wouldn't say Poison Ivy. She also doesn't have the right type of gait or mannerism for that type of thing. But she could
Marilyn Monroe.
But Lady Gaga could do Cruella de Vil very well.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Now that I could actually see. I was hard pressed trying to find. I'm hard pressed to find a role for her in a Batman verse.
Played Poison Ivy. I don't think she did a very good job. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Even Uma Thurman didn't do very good in Batman and Robin, so it's Poison Ivy. So that's
why did her own plant eat her?
I liked it better in Pulp
That
Fiction.
made no sense in that movie.
No.
Batgirl just
Whoa.
kicks her
Okay,
into
so
the
if
plant,
you
and then the
wanna-
plant just
That
eats
made
her
no
for
sense
no
at all.
reason.
You never saw that in the comics.
It made no
So
sense.
if you want to talk about someone who could
I
play
know.
Poison Ivy, if you want to talk about someone who could play Poison Ivy, and I'm not saying they should do this by any stretch of the imagination,
Okay.
Okay.
but if you really want someone to play Poison Ivy,
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking
All
about
right.
it.
Thank you,
God,
sir.
Yeah.
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You might be wrong.
And
All right.
I'm just
Enough of
saying,
Nick
like
Cage.
you
Yeah.
He could be Clayface.
someone
I
who
could see
is
that.
going
Yeah,
to be
sure,
an
I could see
underhanded bitch, and just completely narcissistic and self-absorbed. If
Well,
you
yeah.
want that type of character, because that's what Poison Ivy is, if you want someone to play that type of character, Amber Heard your girl.
Or
I
Rachel
guess so,
Zegler.
but what if she starts trying to shit all over the movie studio?
Ooh.
Rachel
Yeah,
Zegler.
I'm
would
not
be
saying-
perfect for
I'm not
Poison
saying they
Ivy.
should.
Hello, lemon pie.
Rachel Zegler for Poison Ivy. That's my vote.
Hi,
Speaking
Lemon
of Amber
Put
Heard
Rachel
or
up for it.
Turd, have
She's down.
any of you guys have seen the Netflix documentary of Johnny Depp vs Amber Heard?
No.
I saw it.
I've seen a documentary of their relationship on YouTube, Raquel, but not Netflix. But on YouTube, I've seen a documentary about their relationship.
I would recommend giving it a watch, especially since they use some of the clips in their documentary featuring YouTubers that we know. For example,
They're gonna get
Rakeda
sued.
Law.
Yeah.
You can't do that without their permission too. I was hearing so.
Well, I
Gonna
don't
be
know
a
if they did or
problem.
did not. If they didn't, then
Was PewDiePie in there too? You know they could use
no,
PewDiePie or
I didn't.
Smosh.
I know. It was just Rakeda Law and some other YouTuber that I wasn't really familiar with.
That Star Wars girl.
Yes, if Star Wars girl said they used her voice for the intro of the documentary for some odd reason.
because of course they did.
Hey guys, I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
I found this out on the movie Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, the sequel. Which one of the Smosh guys is in both movies?
I actually like those.
And he tells a trombone guy to shut up. And it's one of the Smosh guys is in both movies. Which one is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know them.
Did we lose Bruce?
I think we
lost connection.
Perhaps.
Hopefully, he'll come.
I do remember watching Smosh Power Rangers. There's Power Rangers video when I was growing up on YouTube. The Mortal Kombat one. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's the first.
And they do all the characters. And they do all the characters. Yeah, that's like the first. That's like one of the ones I remember.
I wanted to touch upon Ahsoka because her character development is somewhat similar to Harley Quinn. She was like a minor character, and she became so popular. She became her own character.
Dave Filoni wrote her as a main character, though.
Yeah.
He did? Okay. Yeah. I don't know that.
He was always center of his world kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. But by the way,
everything revolves around her.
Was, if you guys remember, it was Ian from Smosh. He was in both those Happy Death Day movies. He goes to the trombone players out in the hallway. He goes, "Shut up!" Remember, he used to say that a lot in the early, their Smosh when it was Ian.
I really liked the second movie.
Yeah, it was Ian. So yeah,
when they get into real sci-fi stuff
both,
and the time travel-y, fixing, I thought that was a real neat twist because the first movie's it's the slasher, who's the killer type of story, but then it really just transforms into this crazy science fiction. Oh my God, these nerds accidentally created this time thing, and it's so epic. It just morphs into this whole other thing, and I love that about those movies. You think you're watching one thing, but you actually get something completely different. Kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn. It starts off like a little brothers
Jessica
just doing a
Raab
little
has
crime,
to be one of the funniest
little
actresses.
crime, and
Yeah,
then we get
Jessica
into
Raab
boom.
is one of the funniest.
vampire-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know
It's your birthday.
Ahsoka was written as the main character. Like to
Oh yeah,
me,
she was always a main of Clone Wars.
No, she was a background character, but Filoni had to make her a main character for the show because they're trying to adapt the Heir to the Empire novels, but with Disney Star Wars characters. I mean, you've got the search for Admiral Thrawn and all that, and where's what's his face that went away or whatever.
So she was a background character, but Filoni decided to make her a main character. I thought it was always I thought it was the fans because she came so popular because of that, and just my opinion with it. And I do agree with you to some extent. Yeah, she has. I would say within with Clone Wars and Rebels, she has become more stoic and less more
and cynical,
disgruntled, and less hopeful.
Yeah.
I guess
all the stuff
she,
her character's
she,
gone
she
through.
Yes. But also, like, in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, there's a story about a father and his two children, the daughter and the son. The son, the bad; the daughter, the good. I feel like, in my view, that Ahsoka represents the good of the side of the daughter, and if she's like becoming more stoic and more frontal, it kind of makes me sad to see her go that way.
Yeah, but you've got to look at like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean,
I
she's
think
been through Order 66. I mean, her mentor Anakin literally became like the worst monster aside from Palpatine, and she was almost killed by the very people. I mean, we're talking about the end of the Clone Wars. She was almost killed by the very people that she trusted for like her entire life. She was brought up that way to trust these people, and they almost killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why she, like, in the Clone Wars, she felt she was accused with her fellow Jedi, and that's why she left Anakin left as a Jedi.
Right.
Damn it. This is another point. She's not really a Jedi anymore. I mean, she's more of a grey Jedi now than anything.
Right.
Because she left the Order because she couldn't stand their bureaucracy.
Yeah, and they wouldn't stand behind her when she was facing those. Yeah. When she was about to go on trial for something, they wouldn't believe her. They wouldn't stand behind her. She felt pretty much on her own. When they did clear her, she said, "That's it. I'm leaving you guys. You guys wouldn't stand with me. You wouldn't believe me, so I'm done with you." And she left.
It's basically because of backstage politics. It's because the Jedi ended up serving the Republic rather than actually serving the good of the galaxy, which is not what the Jedi Order was actually made to do. It happened through corruption and backstage politics.
Yep.
That's why I love they dive into why Dooku left, and that's kind of why Dooku left the Order, is because they were doing what was best for that,
I
not
think,
for the galaxy.
Maybe Asajj Ventress might have been close to being a Jedi, but she left as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole.
There was one novel. I just want to say quickly, there was one novel.
And
we're
having
some mic issues.
Your mic issues there, Mikey.
Chapter 6, and that was where it was the she faced off against the She-Root.
Oh yeah, he's definitely having some issues.
Unfortunately,
we're only
you're
getting
having some
parts of
mic
your
issues.
SSIRUUK.
Oh
We're
god,
gonna
I
try
think
to
the
take
mic
those
issues are
rulers,
probably because there was just two of me on the
Remnants of
screen
the
at the same
Empire.
time.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
There was
no, I was
no,
going to
there's
say
three of
that
me.
the She-Rook, the She-Rook novel, where the remnants of the Empire and the rebels after their war at Endor. I think that should have been the next Star Wars movie. It's so sad because I love that novel, written by the great Kevin Anderson, and that should have been the next one. And the
Which
novel,
novel is this?
I can't remember the exact title, but it was followed the events after Endor. It's where the remnants of the Empire and the rebels fought against a race called the She-Rook. That's how it was pronounced. They spelled it SSIRUUK. It was a great novel. It was written by Kevin Anderson. I think that should have been the next.
I'm sorry, Mikey. I forgot to mention, with the story with the father and the two siblings, the daughter and the son. I see Ahsoka as the daughter, and I see Anakin Skywalker / Vader as the son. And I guess the dad is the Force itself, I guess.
You mean
Am
the
I
guiding
right about
force?
that?
That could be right. You could be right about that. The guiding force.
Could be.
Because I did.
It's a good metaphor, though. It's a good metaphor for having.
I forget
the force
where
has the authority. Yes.
We
or
did
that could be a
see
Yoda.
those three characters again in one of the episodes in Rebels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a good
some kind of temple that Ezra and Ahsoka were in, facing off Palpatine.
Do you mean the old Jedi temple?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
know
remember
what you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Honestly, I'm rewatching Star Wars Rebels, so to refresh my mind, here right now when I'm watching Star Wars Ahsoka, because it kind of takes place right after that, kind of.
Right. Yeah, to know what's going on in Ahsoka, you have to watch two animated series, 2 episodes of Mandalorian, episode of Boba Fett. You need to do your homework. You have to do a little homework.
I haven't watched Mandalorian or Boba Fett in, what's it called? What's the other? Was Andor? Andor or something?
Yeah, Andor, and then Obi-Wan. You can skip Andor, you could skip Obi-Wan, you could skip Boba Fett, maybe the first season of Mandalorian. First season, maybe second season, but last season wasn't very good. I liked where Mandalorian started. I just didn't like what they did with the character, because he became kind of a side character in his own TV show.
He no longer was a bounty hunter like he started. He literally was just doing fetch quests. Like, it was literally like a video game where you go for, like, they give you a
doing
quest, and then you gotta go to this planet,
and
then
he
you gotta
was
fetch this item and then bring it back.
Yeah, he was doing that, and he was babysitting.
Yeah, my friends, I found out
literally
the name of the novel. Yeah, the name of the novel was called The Truce Epicura. And The Truce Epicura was basically, like I said, the remnants of the Imperial Empire after Endor, after they fought with the rebels. This alien race that was reptilian in nature, called the She-Rook, went after, was on a quest to destroy everything, and the rebels and the Imperials had to team up together to stop them. And this was just after Endor. And
that would have been good.
And yes, Kevin W. Anderson wrote it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. It was a great novel. And I thought for sure that would be episode 7. But then when they did the First Order, I was like, oh no. What happened there?
No. Once Disney got their hands on it, they jettisoned everything else. You have Kathleen Kennedy coming out famously saying, well, there's just no source material. Yeah, but
She's
there's
the
just no
devil.
source material. We have nothing to go by. So here we are making up our own. It's like,
I know.
don't you know all the comic books and novels out there? And you're saying there's no source material? Come on.
Well, I told my assistant to look it up, and that's what they told me.
Yeah.
Did Doku take off?
Well, I think they lied. I think they just never bothered.
He
Didn't
might
even know
have dropped.
Chewbacca was going to die. And
Did
then
he
there's,
lost connection? I
there's a
don't
novel
know.
that features him dying.
Hey, zombie main, hello.
I mean, when somebody
if they did lose connection, I hope they get back.
or
But
maybe we lost
if
him, I don't know.
not, thanks for coming by, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ironic. He died on the novel you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's ironic.
Yeah, it's very ironic. The other thing they should have done as a Star Wars story, don't get me wrong, I liked Rogue One and I appreciated Solo. Wasn't the greatest, but it was fine. But what I wish they would have done was Tales of the Bounty Hunters. They could have expanded on them, especially early Boba Fett. They could have done something with him.
All the stuff.
Was I the only one when Mando originally came out that was hoping that it was just going to be like a Boba Fett like prequel thing? Like it would have been really cool.
Yeah.
No, it would have been great.
No, you weren't the only one. That would have been great
No.
too. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for too.
There was going to be a video game.
I was hoping to see the darker, grittier side of the Star Wars universe.
You mean like
Star Wars
1313?
13. Yeah, Star Wars 1313.
Yeah.
You were going to play as a young Boba Fett and explore the dark underbelly of Coruscant. Like go down to like the deep criminal underworld of Coruscant.
Right.
And like it was going to be like R-rated with like naked Twi'leks dancing.
Appian, I don't know if you know, but 1313 was also going to be a TV series directed by George Lucas himself.
Oh,
that's right.
So there was going to be a game, and a TV series, all done by George Lucas himself.
That would have been so incredible.
And it was a prequel. And it was a prequel. It was about how Boba became Boba, basically.
Yeah. Now here we are, fans going and lamenting about what could have been, all because Disney took it and screwed it all up.
They're evil.
Yeah.
I love Killer Rabbit's comment. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Mando was good for what it was.
About rabbits.
I have a T-shirt that says that with a little gray cat on it.
Yeah,
but right now I'm wearing a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt.
Am I one of the few people that have the unpopular opinion that Big Bang wasn't actually that bad? Like it was actually okay.
An episode of it.
It was okay.
I've never seen an episode of it.
It just got kind of.
I think it was okay for the first couple of seasons, and then it kind of became like Friends. It was like, oh, this again.
Yeah, they didn't really have any goals to achieve because they had everything. They all had significant others. They all had perfectly successful jobs.
It was exactly
sitting
like
around eating Chinese food. Yeah,
it was exactly like Friends. It was like it just ran too long. It was like, come on, you could have done it in like 3 seasons or something. You didn't need 11.
It was a show about nothing then, huh?
Yeah, because Leonard and Penny get together like immediately. Like they
don't
even do like.
Not originally, it wasn't a show about nothing. Originally, it was a show about nerds trying to find, their other halves. But then when that happened, the show should have just ended.
Exactly. Like Raj even had someone. Like all the guys in the group had a significant other, so there's nothing else for them to gain. So it's just like, what do we do with the characters now? I don't know.
Well, apart from Sheldon, the thing he had to gain was his bloody medal.
That's right.
Yeah. What I wanted to tell Killer Rabbit from space was that in that scene from what was it? The movie with the rabbit.
Monty Python, Holy Grail.
I can't say that I'm wearing any shirt because I'm a squirrel.
No, the one with Michael Douglas and what was that? We own that movie now. It was with it also had where he was having an affair on his wife.
I don't know.
Huh.
And the actress that it was from 101.
You're cutting out mid sentence.
Yeah, he's having some mic issues, huh?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Not that my mic is that great, but I have an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm at the center of the earth.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just talking about the that affair movie that Michael Douglas and Glenn Close was in, and I was telling Killer Rabbit from Space. I'm emotional because when they had the what she did to the rabbit, and I was like, sad, very sad.
Hey, Kratos.
God damn it, Rabbit! You've made someone emotional.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I'm in a glass.
I can say it. I can say to Kronos, Maximilian the robot from Black Hole. That's when Disney actually was decent. That's his avatar, Maximilian. Oh, that was a good movie.
Oh yes.
Anthony Perkins. Oh yes, yes. And Roddy McDowell's one of the robots. Yep, good stuff.
Back when they weren't afraid to take chances, because that movie probably wouldn't have been made today.
No.
It was.
I agree with you, Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Neither would have like 90% of the movies that came out in the 80s.
No.
They would have just never done them.
Yeah, Tron was great too. But to be fair,
we were spoiled.
What Tron are you talking about? The original or the terrible remake?
Oh no!
Oh,
I think
the original.
Legacy was not terrible. Legacy was fine. It wasn't
I
great.
don't know. I mean, it was a bit of a
I like
CGI
Legacy.
fest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was more of a CGI thing. Yeah.
Jeff Bridges didn't look so great.
No, he looked bad. He looked bad.
Like Polar Express.
He did not look
But
good.
to be honest, for the time, it was it was actually good. And I mean, the original doesn't hold up. I mean, Tron is one of these things. It's pretty much the graphics of its time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually really smart when you think about it, because it's supposed to be a video game, so it's kind of just replicating what games would have looked like at the time.
Yeah, the series I wish that would get released is Tron Uprising.
I wish, yeah.
I wish that.
I actually wouldn't mind for once, and I know Disney Plus is Disney Plus, but I wouldn't actually mind a Tron TV series. Like, it seems like it would work really damn well.
Yeah,
it could,
because you could continue the story like at a much slower pace than having to rush through an action movie. You could explore the grid as more of
what Tron Uprising was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, take it from his son, who was the one that caused the uprising. After
I never watched the original Tron movie. I'm mostly familiar with it with Kingdom Hearts, really video game.
Kingdom Hearts! Someone after my own heart. I like Kingdom Hearts.
Mm.
Man, that moment with Castle Oblivion, that made me cry.
Definitely need to see it, Raquel. The original Tron.
Yeah. That's like
it's available on it.
That's like watch party worthy right there.
I would love to do it. Like maybe
I don't know
if you guys are up for it. Like do you want to do it like sometime next week?
I don't think you can do it with it being a Disney film when you get copyright.
Well, here's the thing.
There are ways.
There are ways to go around that.
I read your mind, Raquel. Like I knew what you were going to say.
There's like two ways you can do it. Not to get in trouble with YouTube. One
or with the rat.
That too.
He's worse.
There's two ways. One, you could do like a back screen or backroom watch party. Or 2 is the way I do it, and so does some of the YouTubers I know, like Jedi Bill. We were on the screen like this, and I will put like a little link in the chat where it's a Cosby link, KOM. No.
KOSMI.
Yeah, thank you, Mikey.
Me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
clutch.
When people click on the link, all they need to do is open a new tab and watch the movie from there. I can't really exactly show it on screen, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah, that second one seems like the most safe thing, considering Disney's policy is basically destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
But the
They
good
pretty
thing
much
about
got
it is
they pretty much got the Death Star policy.
you're never playing the sound or the video on screen, so you're kind of safe. In that
I
regard,
played 1 and 2, but I haven't played 3 yet. Kronos. Even the spin-off games.
Shoot! Then I shouldn't have said that thing about Castle Oblivion. Ignore that.
Yeah, I didn't catch the episode, so it's okay.
Hey, Doom, that's no moon.
Is Meow Meow Gal Sleepies? I think she's still there.
All I'm going to say, have you ever played Free? That moment is really awesome. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Squirrels and Wabbits? Wow.
Hello, Frosty Broccoli. The way to watch movies together on a panel is to get the panel together and then end the live stream and having like a private viewing. I've been a part of a few of those on another channel. Works good. Yeah, like I said, that's another option you can do.
Yeah, we could discuss if we've seen the movie and what our thoughts are before it begins, and then set up the Cosme, Raquel, and then we can all watch it together. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the second option, like I said, how I used to do it. I haven't done a watch party for quite a while. Is like I have a panel. I would set the Cosme link, and from the other tab, you'll watch the movie. That way, I wouldn't get in trouble showing the movie on screen.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I've done some streams like that where they've had the Cosme set up. Gorilla's Random Thoughts does that. So yeah, that's cool. I like the watch
cool.
parties.
And I know Jedi Bill does that. I know Resolute Germ does that when he does his Saturday cartoons in the mornings.
Yes. And Admiral T does that too with
awesome.
his movies. Yeah. So
check your
Admiral T and I. Yeah,
Admiral T
and I.
You upper earths in your days. There's no days down here. It's all the same.
Now to say, Admiral T and I, we did Full Metal Jacket, and we did a stream, and that lasted almost 6 hours. That was so much fun, and we were watching the movie and talking about, Stanley Kubrick's one of his classics. That holds a special place in my heart too, because it's such an all-star cast, and it's about the Vietnam War. It's probably one of the best movies I've ever seen about Vietnam War, besides Apocalypse Now, Redo, and Platoon. So those are my 3 favorites. I love those movies.
Good taste.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Moira, are you still with us?
Kitty.
Yes,
she's still with us.
I was texting and also having 2 different conversations on Discord.
Multitask.
And one of them was me.
Yes, one of them was Doom Squirrel, but Doom Squirrel has not checked his messages.
What?
Oopsie.
Oh, damn it. Give me a minute, Kitty. There's a delay down here.
A 20-minute delay? Goodness. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
I'm just giving you fluff.
Do not make me go full Doom Squirrel because I don't want to say things on people's streams.
Let everyone see my avatar. Do not make me become a tactical kitty.
Okay, hold on a minute. And boom.
Look at that.
Yeah, there she is.
That's scary.
Ooh, that's a
Scary.
That's a domesticated house cat.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not anything compared to some of the weapons that are lying around here.
Okay.
I
My IRA
like that
squirrel.
one.
Or, I'm sorry, my IRA cat.
Oh, is that your oh no, what do they call those guys? The ones on Star Wars, the
Ewoks.
little hooded guys. No, not the Ewoks. The other one.
No, it's
Jawas.
supposed to it's
The
supposed to
Jawas.
represent an organization that might not be known in America.
Probably is. For a while there, America was one of the biggest supporters because people in America, Irish Americans, were sending money back.
Yeah, it's probably best not to talk about that because YouTube might get a bit pissy because it is considered even though it's not, it is considered by some nations and powerful ones that may cancel streams to be the T word organization.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's just leave it as that, even though it's not.
Yeah, it was a fun time, Emerald Teague. It was. I enjoyed our stream immensely. Yeah, it was. I loved it. Yeah, you guys definitely, if you've never seen Full Metal Jacket, it is an experience in itself. It's a great war film. Matthew Modine's in it. Vincent D'Onofrio. Even R. Lee Ermey. Oh, military. Oh, drill sergeant. Yeah, great stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff.
Oh, he was an absolute legend. I mean, he played his part like,
absolute legend.
It didn't matter what film he was in. He was just a general. Like he didn't give a. I'm not going to swear because I don't know swearing's allowed here, but yeah, he didn't give one of those.
Well, you can swear. I don't really care.
Okay, he didn't give a fuck, basically.
Yeah.
There's only I don't since since Mikey and Deuce Scroll are new here, I do have two rules here. We do not talk about politics or anything about the coof. That's all I ask, and please be respectful towards each other. You know?
Oh yeah, I didn't actually mean to bring anything up there. That was just me and Kitty talking about.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying overall. Please be respectful.
Yeah, it's usually as a blanketed rule in general.
Yeah, but we were just having a discussion. It wasn't anything political. I mean, it's technically long over with what we were talking about.
Yeah. We were just being silly.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Yeah, there's really nothing to worry about with that. It's basically like it's over and done with whatever it was.
Yeah, I know that's all good. I mean overall.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry if I did that, Raquel. Sorry.
No, you're good. But is anyone looking forward to any upcoming video games? Like I know for sure I'm there's some video games that I'm looking forward to. Like the Wolf Among Us 2. And also
wait, they're actually doing that? I thought Telltale was dead.
No, they came back.
No, Wolf Among Us that's happening.
They're back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're also doing what's the other? Is
they did The Expanse recently?
Yes, is it from? It's off a TV show, right? Apion?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it isn't the first time Telltale died. I mean, Telltale died back in the 2000s, and they came back. They seem to regenerate.
Mm-hmm. And also
mostly dead.
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I think those are the two games I'm looking forward to.
Not Spider-Man.
Has it actually been confirmed that Justice League game is connected to Arkham?
I think it was pushed back till next year. I think. Am I right about that?
Has it been confirmed that it's connected to the Arkham games, or was that just something that people were saying?
I don't believe so. Am I
because
right about
I saw the trailer, and you see the ship crashed in the background. You see, Brainiac's ship crashed in the background. And what I was thinking is maybe it's more connected to, more to Injustice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They never really mention any superheroes.
I mean, Injustice would make more sense because, you know, the Brainiac ship being crashed and everything, and plus the evil Superman, like it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're trying to do.
And they pushed that game back far.
Frosty Broccoli. The second one was not talking about the coof because YouTube is very touchy with that, and especially with politics.
Wait, what? Now we've done something. Oh, damn it, Katie, this is your fault.
Well,
Yeah,
no, other games I'm
add
looking
it to my
forward
tab.
to. Starfield, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation.
Will the other
Those are gonna
be
be
Angry
good.
Birds 3? I don't know.
There's a lot of
I
good
do-
games.
That was
Especially in
probably
October.
that was probably something we should have done on Discord, Katie. Now we've done it.
Yeah,
I
I was
was
going to
trying
ask
to
if
do
there
on
was going to be an
Discord, though.
Injustice
Monty
3.
Python. I
Monty
have
Python.
seen the Holy Grail movie. Believe it or not, I did watch this movie during history class in high school.
Yay.
And what
I
was
saw
the
Meaning of
other?
Life. Meaning of
What
Life.
was the other
Life, we own that.
That's so that
movie?
that film is absolutely bizarre.
Yeah, it
What
is.
was the other movie I watched in high school? And what was it?
Was-
Oh
was
yeah,
that
Hotel.
I actually
Meaning of
love
Life?
the ending though, because it reveals the whole thing was just a bunch of basically drunk people thinking that they were King Arthur.
Oh yes, Hotel.
So they got arrested by actual police officers. That was hilarious.
I also watched
Yeah.
this in high
Larpers.
school as well. Hotel Rwanda. That was a.
Oh,
Whew,
yeah, the
that was a
Hotel
tough watch.
Rwanda. Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah, the one that really, there's a couple of sequel movies that Susan and I are looking forward to. We're gonna go see the Meg 2. They bring back Jason Statham and the Megalodon shark. Denzel Washington
like
has
about that.
Equalizer 3 that comes out, and also Expendables 4 comes back with Sly Stallone and Dolph Lundgren and
Wow.
and Jason Statham, yeah, which is going to be really awesome.
I'd like
except
to
for
see
Megan
the
Fox.
Equalizer. The Equalizer looks like
Yeah,
it might be a
Equalizer
good
3. Yeah, it looks really awesome. And then in November, they got Joaquin Phoenix is going to play Napoleon Bonaparte in Napoleon. That's going to be great. I've seen
Ridley
the trailer
Scott.
for that. That was really good.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
Ridley
the
Scott.
trailer for that. That's going to be
I've
interesting.
seen like every Ridley Scott movie. I pretty much have to see it. Like, I don't think there's any of his movies I've
Oh,
ever
have
missed.
to.
I want to
Absolutely. Gladiator
share
was
this.
just so great.
With,
Oh man, that
with
Gladiator.
One
wow.
Piece, like how long
Oh, yeah.
as it
One
is
Piece.
with the manga and the anime. This is all the volumes of One Piece put together. Look, that's like the size of
Wow.
a
I hope
long.
you have a whole lifetime set aside if you want
Oh
to read this.
my god! It's like
It
a
is the
skyscraper.
length-
You
It's,
could
it's
stick that in the
the
middle of New York and it would look
it's
out of
the
place.
length of whoa! It's like the length of the table.
Oh my god! you took so
Oh,
much
the
time to
manga.
read all of
All
that.
those vol.
Oh my god!
So when
And I
society
thought Dragon Ball was
collapses and
long.
you need something to read.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Not
Like
even close to
I
this.
could not. Like how are you supposed to read that? It hurts my wrists even just to
And that's
look at it.
that's just the manga. Could you imagine how long this series is going to be?
With all the filler episodes and everything extra.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
dang.
Oh man, how could I read that whole thing? I couldn't even hold that thing up. Look,
And
he
there's like
barely
10
has that
movies.
with his hand.
You know
over
what?
there.
I think they might be
Yeah.
beating War and Peace for the longest book
Yeah.
ever written.
Yeah.
Hey Tim,
Yeah.
the can't
We're
the
gonna get him beat
enchanter.
with the anime. It's gonna
Ah,
be
hello,
legendary.
Tim.
Raquel, your phone.
My phone. Okay.
It's crazy. I remember getting a Shonen Jump with the very
Tim
first,
the Enchanter. Hello, Tim.
issue of One Piece, and now here we are, like 20-something years later.
Yeah.
They just never
That's
stopped.
crazy. They never stopped. They just kept going and
Just
going.
a pirate
and
anime that just had
going.
and people were just into that shit. Like it never
Yeah.
was like people. They're like, should we stop? People are like, no, and it's like, okay, we'll keep going.
Now, there's one thing that'll kill it.
Yeah.
You just
Netflix.
described Dragon Ball in one thing there. Should we stop? No, keep going. People like it.
Keep going.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 2. Keep going. Super
No,
Saiyan 3.
Super Saiyan 40.
Saiyan,
Wait a
Super
minute.
Saiyan God. No. Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Jade. Super Saiyan Rose. Whatever. We got it all.
Hasn't Vegeta literally got like a form now that's just called Ego? Like literally just called Ego.
Yeah.
No, like I know
That's
it
so pathetic
sounds
for him.
I know it sounds girly for the Saiyans, but I do like the look and the name of Super Saiyan Rose.
Oh yeah, I love that
her.
character.
Rose,
Goku talks
okay.
with that accent. He's like, "I am Goku, Super Saiyan Rose." Chase
And
my
all that,
blade.
and all the people who always want to have these
Oh, come on,
Superman
Wes
versus
Cagle, that's not
Goku
true.
discussions.
And it's
Goku will
always
still
the
lose.
situation of like they've come up with all this stuff and yet Goku is still invincible.
Really, it's the ones I've seen. It's always been Superman. Superman always ends up winning, and I'm
No,
like,
I'm talking
that's
about the
ridiculous.
anime.
Oh,
Superman.
I've always
Rose?
said it, and I will say it. He's basically the Japanese Superman, isn't he?
yeah. No, it's all these death
Yeah, he
battles
is.
and similar type videos that have this character versus this character over the past, I don't know, couple of decades now, or it's always been this ongoing discussion about who would win, Superman or Goku.
I don't know. It's a toss up. It
It's
was
okay
that
to kryptonite.
It
Yeah, I
should be
agree.
Goku, but
No.
every time you turn around, it seems like DC keeps making Superman more and
It's very difficult because it depends. It depends if they're
Have a good night,
fighting.
Frosty.
Oh, good
If
night,
they're
Frosty.
fighting in our galaxy, then they're both equally like as strong as each other. But if they're fighting next to a red sun, like Superman's screwed.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
screwed.
much.
You're there too.
And honestly,
And
they're
Goku
both-
could just grab him and instant transmission him near a red sun if he knew that knowledge.
Yeah,
Exactly. See,
He would just
Plus-
instantly teleport him to one.
that
but
would be
Goku is
out
the
of
type that
character.
Goku is so obsessed with fighting someone so strong. I don't think he would do that. Like he'd
Yeah.
want to beat him
Yeah.
one on one.
Exactly.
That's
Without
out
that,
of character
exactly,
for
he would.
Goku. Goku
He
would
would.
want a fair fight.
Oh,
He'd
sorry,
want to
Brody.
push
I mean, just
himself.
the Saiyan pride alone would stop him from
Yeah.
doing it. It'd be like, I need to take him down myself. I'm not using
Yeah.
some son.
I'm gonna beat him like I did Brawly. I'm gonna punch my hand through him.
Yeah,
I'm
now
gonna punch
Goku
him so
Black would
hard.
probably do that.
No,
Yep.
I've seen some of those battles. I've seen some of those battles between Goku and Superman. Okay, on YouTube. You know, some of the battle scenarios they put up there. I wish
Yeah.
what they would do. I wish
But
what
let's
they
be
would do
honest, that would just result in the Earth being blown up for what, the 50th time in Dragon Ball? Again.
No, but I wish what they would do was put Superman and Goku in a neutral arena. You know, someplace where neither of them have strengths, and just fight.
I mean, like
barehanded.
Dragon Ball
the Universal
Super
Tournament arena or
Dragon
something
Ball
like that.
Super. Yeah, Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Super. They
course.
put them
That
all
would
in an
actually
arena
be awesome.
where they
Like,
all
get
had
them.
a fair, gravity. That's what they did in Dragon Ball Super with that a tournament
Yeah.
of power. Everybody had equal like
Yes, that's
they were
awesome.
all at their best basically. Like
Yeah, just shove those two in that arena and let them have it because they're not
Yeah,
going to
no
damage anything.
excuses.
It's just there for
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, they could just rebuild it. They'll have the gods just put it together again, and then
Yep.
Yeah, though I've seen a number of those videos floating around YouTube, and it is kind of frustrating
Yeah.
because Goku
Yeah, in
always
response to Wes Cagle, I was
loses.
going to say.
But also, here's the truth: they wouldn't actually fight each other because they're too similar. I mean, they both really only fight
They both
evil.
hold back. Yeah, and they both
Yeah.
hold back.
Yeah,
At
Plus,
a
you look
worrying
at-
of damaging and collateral damage and stuff, they would both hold back.
they would both hold back.
Well,
Plus,
not if it was in
they'd
the scenario that we
probably,
just discussed. If it was in the
Oh,
arena,
yeah, if
then
they were in that
yeah.
arena, they wouldn't. Yeah, we get to see them go.
they wouldn't hold back.
Holy
But yeah,
shit.
it would end up with Goku.
If they were
running
fighting in
a
like,
car.
if they were fighting like in like, like Hercule City or whatever you would call it, yeah, they'd
Oh,
hold
man.
back because they don't want to hurt innocent people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wes Cagle says, or no, Kronos says, on Napoleon, I needed a padded room. Oh, come on, Kronos. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Joaquin Phoenix did a halfway decent Joker. I think he could probably pull off Napoleon.
I loved him in Gladiator. He was such a good villain in Gladiator.
Oh, he was awesome in
Nibbling-
Gladiator.
Nibbling
Yeah.
little asshole.
Well, again,
yeah.
here's another question. Kryptonite. I wonder how that would affect. I mean, that would make Superman like weak, but I don't know how it would affect a Saiyan.
It wouldn't affect a
It wouldn't
Saiyan.
do anything to
Now,
him.
it would
Oh.
be what kind of kryptonite, because there's that version of kryptonite that would make Superman.
I'm talking
even
I'm talking the
stronger.
red one, the one that
Early-
drains your power.
Yeah.
Early on, the
Yeah.
Saiyan's kryptonite was kind of their tail before they kind of wrote that out.
Yeah.
I would feel like a Saiyan's
Yeah,
weakness
that's
was
true.
their tail for a long time, but then
It was, yeah.
they kind of were like, all right, that's too much of a gripping weakness. We're just gonna have them evolve past that. So Vegeta was like, no, I don't have that fucking same weakness, which I was glad, because I'm like, I don't want to just see a Saiyan get defeated by grabbing his tail every time, you know.
You know what would
Yeah.
be interesting is like Superman versus like an Ozaru. Like, now that would be interesting.
And doesn't know to destroy the moon.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, don't
that would
destroy
be
the
so
moon,
interesting,
man.
though.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
man.
like, and it's on a planet where like the moon shines for like ever, so there's no like.
Or like if
Time
it,
limit on their fight.
like if it was the arena, like they couldn't destroy it, like it's a hologram or something.
Permanent night. Yeah, permanent
Yeah.
night until somebody wins.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
that would be good.
Killer
That would be
Robot.
interesting.
That would be.
Because Superman would have a motivation to fight because the Ozaru just wouldn't stop.
And would he be like a Uzaru, like Vegeta, where he can talk and like knows what he's doing, or be like a
It
raging
depends how
wild
much.
monkey?
It depends how much control Goku actually has in his Ozaru form. Because all we've ever seen is he's basically a
Killed his
beast.
Grandpa, yeah, he
Yeah.
accidentally
Yeah.
stepped on Grandpa Gohan. Yeah.
So what we're talking about is it would be with the continuity. He
Yeah.
would just be complete beast mode. So it would give Superman the motivation he would need to fight.
Wes Kago, don't forget when he fought Frieza, it was like 25.
Oh
30
yeah, that was
episodes.
the best
Yeah,
one.
So they
Those
get
were
much
period of,
longer
like,
than 4 to 8.
Yeah, that lasted
The
a long
Majin
time.
Buu
Yeah.
saga, shit. They fight
You know what
Vegeta
I
for
always
like
found?
30
You know what I always
episodes.
found funny about the series?
It takes
Where, like,
forever.
They just stand there. They just stand there for like half an hour talking.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
is it my
Yeah.
turn? Is it your turn?
Yeah.
Is it my turn? Is it your turn?
Yeah, you'll have a whole
Yeah,
episode where they
it
just
takes them
reminisce.
four-
Yeah.
Remember
It
that
takes
thing
them
you
4
said
to
to me in
8
the past?
Am I
episodes.
gonna
And
hit
they
you
think
first?
about it.
You hit me second. Exactly.
Yeah, it takes them 4 to 8
Yeah.
episodes just to power up, and then they got a monologue.
Yeah, it's like you
Oh,
finish
yeah.
you finish one episode and Goku's just going ah, and then it's like the next episode he's still doing it. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
you
that
get
was
to
at
the
the beginning,
episode.
And then you
You're,
got all these people. Yeah, then you have the observers in the background that are watching for like, you go with their character arcs for like 3 or 4 episodes, and you're like, well, we're just observers. We're just watching these fight. We're not in it. We're not involved. And you have their character arc, going for a couple episodes.
Can you imagine
before
it from
get
like?
into the real
Can you
fight.
imagine it with the continuity of it being from like the perspective of the gods or something? Like, did this guy really
Oh,
take like an
man.
entire week just to go Super Saiyan? Like 1 week?
yeah, like the fan joke. Oh, Dragon Ball Z is on. It's the episode where they fight.
I when I was a kid watching Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
to
Z.
build up his power.
What it really
But you do know that was part of the joke though, because
right.
they said there wasn't enough action in Dragon Ball, so Toriyama just sort of went like, you know what? I'm going to make them talk forever, and then you'll have some action later.
When I was watching Dragon Ball as a kid, I really loved the intro Rock the Dragon. It was really my jam.
Yeah, but
I
that wasn't the
Yeah,
original.
that was good.
That wasn't the original song.
but it
yeah.
wasn't. But
That was
I loved it
Ocean's.
nonetheless.
That was Ocean's terrible dub.
Oh, I grew up with
Wait, no.
with the Ocean dub and then Funimation, which is not really around anymore
Well, you
because
know the
they're
guy that-
part of Crunchyroll now.
Yeah. Well, you know the guy that said the original Pokemon game. You see a lot of him nowadays. Jason Page, and I subscribe to his.
I find
channel.
that I still find that really strange
I
that
think he's awesome. Yeah, he's
Crunchyroll went from this streaming service to suddenly being we are now basically anime. It's like, geez,
I don't know, but anyway,
how the hell did you buy over manga?
Anyway, I'm gonna close things off for tonight.
Okay.
8BM, do you want to show your stuff out before we sign off?
Sure. I'm Apion. I do live streams like this with Raquel and friends on my channel and with other people as well. I have a show called Two Guys Talking that I do with my buddy where we talk about movies. We're going to cover Return of the Jedi next, I think. We've been putting that off. Well, I've been putting it off, but that's going to happen soon. And then, yeah, I play video games on my channel too. I think I'm playing Mass Effect 3 right now and new games when they come out. And that's it. All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. More Kitty. Anything planned?
I might live stream tomorrow.
Alrighty.
You better. You invited me.
What time, Moira?
Me and the squirrel and possibly Raquel will be hanging out tomorrow. I haven't figured out what time, or have I figured out what time? I just don't remember what I said.
What is this time you people keep going on about?
Hold on, I have to check my
I'm
phone.
in the center of the earth.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't tell anything.
5 p.m. Central. That's it.
Okay, let's go. Let's just go with that time.
Eastern, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop culture. Anything from you?
Oh, not at the moment. My schedule is so crazy. I actually don't have set time, and when I do have time to live stream, it's usually late at night. So I have something called late night musings, where I just talk about random stuff, sci-fi,
Alrighty.
fantasy, comic books, TV shows, movies. And I do believe, aren't we doing something still on Wednesday with?
Yes, I'm going to get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I do have a gaming channel. Here's the link for it. It's Raquel SSG2211 Gaming. This Friday and Saturday, I'll be continuing to finish my gameplay with Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy. So check me out on there.
The perspective of the continuity, it looks like you're pointing at me every time. Because I'm below you.
Well, I mean the link, but
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, check me out on there, my gaming channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for coming over. And yes, Pop, we are going to Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll be reviewing episode 1 and 2 of Ahsoka. Looking forward to talking about that. If anyone wants to join us to talk about that, just hit me on Twitter. Same name as the channel, Raquel SSG2211, and we can work something out. And when we get to the chat real quick, and
I'll try to join you for that, Raquel.
You want to join? Okay, that's fine.
I might have to jump out and do another one, but
yeah, I was gonna say, Raquel, I also wanted to tell you about my 2 shows that I got going now.
Okay. What do you have going on, Mikey?
Yeah. So later this week on Friday, we're doing topic time number 6. It's about random topics, random events that are going on around the world. Talk about anything pretty much. But your same rules, no politics, nothing like that. It's just, we just have fun. We do different things. But that'll be this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 o'clock Central. Oklahoma time is 8 o'clock, right? Okay. So Moira, everyone can join. Also, I have now started a webcam series where 2 days a week, on Mondays and Wednesdays, there's my link on the bottom. I also do Charlie's Angels reviews. And there's a friend of mine, Val Rose, who has a bunch of old Charlie's Angels episodes. And so now we've been doing twice a week reviews on certain episodes. So those usually run about 3:30 in the afternoons on Mondays and Wednesdays, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're around and you'd like to see what I look like, and and I give a brief review of the episode and some of the guest stars.
Oh, you mean you're not a cat? Oh no, I'm the only animal here.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat.
Yeah, so check those out.
I am a meat popsicle.
3:30 Eastern. And
well, I would believe that. I would think you are a meat popsicle.
Okay, I got it, Raquel.
I gave it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
However you spell it.
I wasn't really sure if you had a channel or not. My bad. I'm sorry.
I'm also sorry if I talk over anybody. I'm a comedian. I've got to fire back when someone fires.
Mm.
Do you Doom? Do you talk with Stark of Iron, because he's an impressionist and an actor.
I was actually on his 12-hour live stream, which has caused this entire thing to happen in the first place.
I want to thank Pet and Wannabe being here, Mikey, Pop Culture, Hypnotic, and this might be a person, it might be not, but thank you for it anyway. Doom Squirrel, Ray Lucard, I hope I said that right, sorry if I didn't. Real Wade, Killer Rabbit from Space, Fletcher Williams, Stark of Iron.
See, he showed up as soon as you mentioned him. He heard you.
Bruce Lombardo, Emerald Teague, Jedi Bell, Wes Cagle, Lemon Pie, Zombie Main. I think I said that right. Yeah, I did. Kronos.
Zombie Main, yeah. Kronos.
Frosty Broccoli, Tim the Encanter, and also Doku. Thanks you all for coming. Like I said,
very welcome.
Wednesday at 7 p.m. we'll be talking episode 1 of 2 of Ahsoka. And also for this Friday and Saturday, I'll be playing Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy. And I will try my best to finish those games before the end of the year, but I don't know. I'll certainly give a shot. And when we go through the, I think I got everybody. Kronos has more comments.
Yeah. And tomorrow is going to make 4 shows in a row for me. Jeez.
Wow.
And in fact, this all started with just one random live stream. Now I've ended up in 4 shows.
Oh. Got a season 1 show. Yeah. Let's see Woman 2. Yes, Max needs love.
You're welcome, Wes Cagle. Yeah, it's good to see everyone in the chat and on the panel. Thank you so much, guys.
Kronos, I tend to comment a bit. No, you don't say.
Don't say.
No.
Popsicle decided to talk.
Mind.
No, I had a comment.
I'm not going to drop that meat popsicle thing now. You've done it to yourself.
It's from Fifth Element, so it makes sense.
And with that, guys, I'm going to take off. I'll see you guys on Wednesday and this weekend. Thanks for everyone coming by. Please leave a like, share the stream out, and if you'd like to see her,
he's appeared.
Click that subscribe button.
Just when we all leave.
And with that, guys, we'll see you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
If this is your first time being here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Raquel SSG2211. Catch you later.